Hey, Larry. Hey, Aaron. Hey, D. Hutch. Good to see you on air, and if I'm not mistaken, hey, Carmel, you're Washington State, Seattle area, is that right? Good deal. I don't know what the total fatalities will be up there, but when I first saw the pictures this morning, that looked really awful. I was refilling water earlier, and when I went out to refill the water, which I go out that door right there and to the left, that's where the bathroom is. But as soon as I opened the door to come back in, Stella ran out, and she made it down 2 or 3 steps before I caught her. She's been inching closer and closer to that door. And I'm not overly afraid of her getting outside. She's got a lot of steps to get down and a bunch of closed doors in between, so I don't think she could escape, but it's the first time she's actually run out the door. Melanie was supposed to be here today, but she is last minute Christmas shopping before she goes home, and she wanted to do it before it got late. Are you guys waiting on something? Oh, it's not very cold here today. Oh, you're welcome, Aaron. You popped in my head when I saw that this morning. Stella's been on a little bit of a tear this afternoon. I think she chased Clara and Doc, and I don't know where Doc is at the moment. Clara's back out. But I've not seen Doc. What's up there? Actually, I may know where Doc is. Possibly. Oh, there he is. Duh. He's on the table. 5 feet away from where I was. I figured he'd snuck in the other room and was eating their food, but I guess that was Hank in there eating. I heard somebody in there. It's Stella. I assume so. I'm not sure, Aaron. I don't know what all legal challenges may arise with all that, but it sounds like it's over. Lily's angry face. She was a little better today. I think having everybody running around this weekend may have helped. She camped out on this black table over there for the better part of the morning instead of hiding in that box back there. She's still not a big fan of everybody, but at least she didn't stay out of sight all day. It's dark over here, Clara. Hard to see you. But since it's just me again, we're just going to have to rely on the laser pointer again. Hopefully Melanie will be back tomorrow. Hey, Lynette. Lynette, it was you that asked about the little cat thing that I found, right? I actually remembered to bring it today. Try to find a suitable backdrop where you can actually see it. I have no idea what that's from, what it came off of, or anything else. It's pretty toasty at the top of it, but you can tell what it is. And that it's old, but I don't know if it's copper or brass or bronze or some kind of other metal that's coated somehow. But I wish it wasn't so jacked up at the top, but oh, I'm going to make it worse by dropping it on the floor. But after having been in the ground for who knows how long, I think it's in decent shape. In the ground on a sidewalk strip of a busy street. Yeah, I'll take it. I prefer old coins and buttons and such, but it's definitely unique. Not something you'll probably find again. This guy needs a nail trim. As you already know, he jumps in my lap a lot during the day, and a couple of times he caught me with some claws as he jumped up. Hey, my world. Well, we have no word on the adoption front, and we probably won't until after Christmas, but, you know, a very strange twist of fate. I was reading Facebook this morning. I have two friends. Both their cats died today. How weird is that? And I'm not going to just jump in there and say, hey, I saw your cat died. You want another one? But I'll give them a little time and ask if they're going to adopt another one. Because I know some good ones. Yeah, I only know what happened to one of them. I think one of them had inoperable cancer. The other one, I'm not sure. I had seen a post a week or two ago that the one cat had been diagnosed with a cancer that there was nothing they could do about. It really is. And it's also just very weird that they both died on the same day. But I don't know. I don't want to be morbid and just jump right in there and try to offer a cat up, because I know you can't replace a a pet that you've had for a long time. It's just not how it works. I mean, they're friends of mine, but they're not super close friends that I talk to on a daily basis or even a weekly or monthly basis. So I don't know if pretty sure they only had one cat each. And I don't know if they have any intention of getting another cat. I think they both have dogs as well. But I've lost my share of dogs over the years. Old age and cancer and various other things, but I've never lost a cat. Kills me with his little stutter step. Happy birthday, Suzanne. How young are you today? You like how I phrase that? That's how I'd want somebody to phrase it when they ask me. $32. Not bad. Well, happy belated, Lynette, if I didn't tell you last week. I didn't think you did. I didn't remember it anyway, but that's not saying a lot. I'm pretty forgetful these days. So I saw something on NBC News today that some study has concluded that forgetfulness is a sign of intelligence. I don't know if I agree with that completely, but if that's a sign of intelligence, I must be a genius because I forget things all the time. My brain is just crammed to capacity. You want to turn, Lily? I got to get Hank away from it first. Hang on. Go for it. Go for it. Wilson's back. He says it's his. Oh, and if you were here last night hearing me gripe about my truck, I took it to a mechanic who's done work for me in the past for a second opinion. And good news on that front. He said he wouldn't touch it right now. They checked it out and found a valve cover that was leaking a little bit of oil, or leaking from the valve cover. I don't know if it's just the gasket or if it's a seal under the valve cover that's causing it to leak. But that, and they lubricated the ball joints and all that for me while I was there. $32. So I'm glad I had it rechecked. I just have to keep an eye on the oil for a while and keep a log of how much I add and how often I add it, and if it gets dramatically worse, then we'll go forward with a repair. But he said if it were him, and I trust the guy, he said if it were mine, I wouldn't do anything to it yet. So I'll take that. I didn't really want to spend $400 and something today. Who are you talking to, Lily? Do you see the laser? She watches it and she acts like she wants to go after it, but she never does. What about you, Doc? Well, I may have to intervene over here. This is what they do, and I don't know if they're just testing the waters. Sorry, it gets dark over here. But Doc gets on a perch somewhere and stares down at Stella, and Stella stares up at him. He's not growling anymore. For a while, he would just stand over her and stare at her and growl. I haven't heard him do that the past few days. But she still has her moody times where she'll hiss and run after him. Not so much fighting, but just trying to establish territory or something, I guess. They haven't learned to coexist completely yet. Coming down to play, Doc? Or you just get tired of staring at Stella? But as I say, hopefully Melanie will be here again tomorrow and we can get some wicked jumps going with the feathers. It's just so hard to do that when you have to set the phone down and pry it away from Wilson or Hank when they catch it. Wilson. He says stop, Wilson. He doesn't like that. Why are you so mean to your brother? Yeah, he does it all the time now. And I could be totally wrong. I think that's just him saying that the laser pointer is his. It's my dot. Nobody else should get the dot. There he goes. Even when the dot is 2 inches from Lionel's nose, it's still his dot. Wilson, knock it off. Hey, Connie. He is. He gets along with everybody fine. It's just when the laser's involved, he's got to tell everybody it's his. Lily's trying to poke her head around. If you can see that or not. Oh, and Doc's trying to grab my phone and turn the stream off. You don't want to be on camera today? And I've talked with the coworkers today and asked if they would help me declutter, and it was Suzanne's birthday today, and it was Lynette's birthday last week, which I didn't know until today. But I've asked them to help me with decluttering the desks and putting away anything valuable that might get destroyed or eaten the week of Christmas in the following few days, so all clear to let these guys run around. Are you trying to get in that desk, Lily? It's so hard to see you over there. What are you doing, Doc? Oh, they will. Absolutely will. I just don't want them to break anything or steal anything. Wilson used to be a little thief and would take things. He's taken spoons and pens and pretty much anything he could pick up, and he would take them back to his room for purposes unknown. Like we've talked about, he's trying to build something back there. He had a little collection going for a while. Hey, Doc. Overall, pretty good. Behind the dry erase boards back here, there was a can of, I think it's called Nature's Miracle. Not a can, but a spray bottle. And there was a can of Lysol back there. They knocked that over. And other than that, that was about it, I think. I can live with that. And I'm sorry, I can't read your name or what you said. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate this for me on the mobile app. Ah, okay. Well, that's definitely nice, as opposed to some of the other vile things I've seen pop up in the static streams in languages I couldn't understand when I would translate those, and they were rude and uncalled for a lot of times. I promise that one day I'm going to bring my little handheld phone camera holder thingy, whatever it's called. I don't know. It's a little pistol grip handle that will hold my phone and folds into a tripod that will make this much easier to hold steady. I had it in my truck yesterday and I forgot to bring it up, and then I got pretty much everything out of my truck this morning to take it to the shop. So, hey Audrey. I am doing well. How are you? Look at those big feet. You have some boats. And you have a Lionel biting you, or a Wilson, I mean. Not too much longer, Audrey. I'm going to wrap up here in just a couple minutes. My phone's going to tell me low battery any minute now. Charged it up some, but I didn't get it all the way to 100, so we'll go until it tells me low battery. She is finishing up some last-minute Christmas shopping. She'll be back tomorrow, as far as I know. But she left work and wanted to handle all that so she could get home at a reasonable time rather than go after we left here and it'd start getting late before she could get home. Yeah, this is what he does. Lionel's just ignoring it. 5:30 or 5:30-ish. Pretty much every weekday. Weekends are a little different. Your turn, Clara. We don't really have a set schedule on the weekends. We just kind of play by ear. But typically Monday through Friday are 5:30-ish. Wilson, stop it. How would you like it if he did that to you, Wilson? I don't think you'd like it very much. She is a pretty cat. She's a pretty big brat when it comes to her food. Or, well, I should say when it comes to Stumpy's food. I did manage to resolve that, though, when she had eaten most of her food and decided she didn't want to eat the rest of it, but she wanted to disturb Stumpy. I just put her in the spare room with Doc, because Doc always finishes his food. 99.9% of the time he does, anyway. Yeah, and I don't know if she'll, no more than usual. He keeps grabbing Lionel by the back of his neck whenever Lionel chases the laser. He's got such long legs. But yeah, if Clara will roll over, I don't know if she will or not. She's got that little tabby, orange tabby on her knee. And just that one little patch. What was that, Wilson? And some of you guys weren't here when I was talking about it earlier. I went to refill one of the watering deals, and when I opened the door to come back in here, Stella darted out the door and started down the steps. I had to set the water down and go retrieve her. Zelda's a pretty girl too. Yeah, it was Stella. She was camped out at the door waiting on me. As soon as I opened it, she didn't think twice. She just started going. I mean, she didn't run down the stairs or anything. She did kind of go quickly through the door and then took 2 or 3 stairs down and stopped. But this one, as sweet as she is, I typically put them in their room when I eat lunch at my desk. Well, I didn't do that today. This one wanted my lunch really bad and was very persistent. Doc and Lily and Stumpy and... Why are you slapping each other? Anyway, Doc, Lily, Stumpy, and Clara have learned some manners and keep their distance for the most part. This one, and Wilson too, Wilson was right in the thick of it. They were kind of bratty today while I tried to eat. But they'll get it eventually. After I pick them up and set them on the floor about 500 times, they finally give up. Oh, and one other thing they did. I'm sure you've heard me talk ad nauseum about how awful this carpet is, how old and ratty it is, and how there's little pulls in the carpet, and there's a tear right there that had some of this kitty cat duct tape on it. Someone pulled that up over the weekend because I found it over there somewhere. They just pulled it up and took it over there and dropped it. They didn't eat it or anything. It was just something for them to play with for a few minutes. So I've got to get some more tape and put it on that spot. And I probably need some under this scratcher. As long as the scratcher stays on it, it's fine. I haven't put Velcro on this one. I put Velcro on this other one. Yeah, it's turn you around. Kitty cat duct tape. I don't know where it came from or who brought it, but that's what we used. See ya, Audrey. Let's see if Doc will run after this now. No, he will not. Yeah, I bet you could probably get that on Amazon, but I have not looked. There's still maybe one small little strip of it around here somewhere, but it's almost all gone. Ready for your close-up there, Hank? Long legs Wilson here. This is his I want pets pose. He just comes up and plops down next to you. Oh yeah, Stella stays out during the day. Most of the day she'll stay, I don't know if you can see her. Her little ears are right there sticking out of the box. That's where she spends most of the day, and then she'll get up every now and then and she'll play with the kicker, and she was playing with one of these foam balls for a little while today, and she comes up to me periodically and wants attention. And every now and then there's a scuttlebutt when she gets too close to Doc or no, and this is why we need tape on the carpet, because they start playing with it and it's worse on that side. But if she gets too close to Clara, Doc, Lily, or Stumpy, she has to hiss and charge at them. Oh yeah, I think as the only cat in the house, she would be fine. My only concern would be her trying to run out a door, like she did to me today. Zelda, you're getting a little plump, just like your brother. Well, there's my low battery, so I guess I'll end this today. Yeah, I think so too. A lot of times when I check in on them on the room camera, she's perched at the window looking out, but so are the kittens too. I can't say for certain that's all there is to it, but I think given the chance, she would love to go back outside. But I also think that she would also want to come back in at some point. Knowing how good she's got it in here, she doesn't have to worry about dogs or other cats or wild animals. Oh, you're welcome. For those who didn't see it, I think more people came in after I showed this, but I don't know if it'll focus or not, but that's it. And Hank wants to eat it. Like I say, I don't know what it came off of. And the top is a little crusty from being in the ground. Yeah, well, there's no monetary value to this, but yeah, it was cool to find. And it was the best thing I found all day, because I totally struck out. I pulled some modern pennies and a dime and a bunch of garbage and this. So that was the highlight of my Saturday hunt. But anyway, we'll, oh yeah, I'm going to keep it too. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it on something somewhere. Just haven't decided what yet. But yeah, we'll wrap for today. All my chores are done. And these guys have been fed. So we will do it again, planning on 5:30 tomorrow, and hopefully Melanie will be here and we can do the feather toy and let everybody jump around some, so you guys don't get bored watching me with a laser pointer. So thank you, everybody, and we will see you again tomorrow.